Oh, okay, cool. We're just here and it's telling me it's starting the recording.
Yeah.
And I think we're good to go. All right. Thanks so much for joining me today, Sam.
No worries. Thank you for inviting me.
No worries. So let's start off by, can you tell us what bootcamp it is that you're currently doing with Coder Academy?
Flex Track Sydney.
Yep, Flex Track in Sydney. Awesome. And so tell us a bit about how that runs. What does that look like week to week?
As you know, I'm the only remote student from the get-go. And it was really great. And I wasn't expecting to achieve so much, since last year I started bootcamp. It was really good for me, especially in my situation, as you know. Yeah, it was actually great. Yeah, I really liked it. I learned a lot. If I had a chance, I would do it again. I got a really good experience throughout the course. I got to overcome some of my fears, which is having to socialize or having interaction with other people, because I'm always had that kind of problem since when I was a kid. And yeah, but it was really good experience for me so far.
That's fantastic. And yeah, you touched upon the fact that you've been joining us 100% remotely because your situation is quite unique. And so really being able to join us remotely, even though we do run the class in a hybrid model where we have some people who are joining us on campus and some people who are joining us from wherever they may be online. That opportunity to join remotely has presented a unique opportunity for you, hasn't it?
Yes, actually it did, but I always preferred I would had that kind of option to attend in the class or in the campus. But I guess joining remotely and being all by myself here, it gave me more time to focus on the subject we learned and to study further, because when you are doing remotely, in my opinion, you can push yourself more to pursue what you want to learn, and to learn more, I guess. And yeah, that was kind of a good experience too.
Yeah, that's a really, really good point. And how did you feel you were supported by your educators and your classmates as you were going through the course, especially joining remotely?
It was absolutely fantastic. I had a really great support from Nandini and Alex, especially Nandini. She was always really kind and nice to me, especially in the beginning of the course. And I always hope they get the best in their life, because they really helped me a lot, and I could, with their support, learn a lot. And even Nandini, sometimes she helped me to overcome some of my feeling I had, like imposter syndrome I had since the beginning. I thought I'm not good enough. I'm not like others, but somehow I could manage with their support just to get through course. And actually, since we started our last assignment, it was I have the kind of feeling I can learn any languages now, because in last 3 weeks I've started learning Lemurnia Stack, which is like a Node.js and Express, and applying it to our last assignment. And I wouldn't think I could do that in 3 weeks, and yeah, it's really great.
That's fantastic. And yeah, I think imposter syndrome is a big one. And as you mentioned, your educators, you happen to have Alex and Nandini. They do a fantastic job of talking with people around imposter syndrome, because it's something that so many of our students and developers and people in general will experience and will face. And yeah, that's really interesting what you said about working towards your final project. I'm looking forward to seeing what you create.
Sure.
And so let's go a little bit backwards, back to before you enrolled. What was your overall motivation for doing the bootcamp? What made you want to join a Coder Academy bootcamp?
When I was younger, I mean, when I was a teenager, I started learning Visual Basic. It was back in 2007, I guess. It was Visual Basic 6. But because I was a teenager, I didn't, care about studying that much. I was try to enjoy life as much as I can. And yeah, and I just gave it up. I didn't touch any coding since 2017 until 2020. I started to learn on my own, and I started just by learning some basic JavaScript and HTML and CSS. And then I came across the Coder Academy bootcamp when I was browsing to see if I can find any good courses. And then I contacted and I spoke to Mr. Brandon Bronner. I think he's already left, but he was one of the consultants before. And yeah, that's what I did before coding and then after coding. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. So you had a little bit of experience then, but quite a while ago. And then you sort of picked up coding again more recently. And so why a boot camp in particular to take you that step further?
Okay. As you know, there is some misconception about boot camps, because they think most of the people, when they try to get into coding, they think they have to spend a lot of money and they're not going to get the result for the money they pay, And I had that kind of misconception too. But I had a friend who is living in US, and he's a great developer. And when I spoke to him, he said some of the bootcamp, they're not like that. They can navigate you through right path, and you have to just push yourself to learn more on your own. And when I joined one of the lecture for, I think it was like a webinar before the course is starting, and I spoke actually one of the educator, I think his name was Michael. And when he spoke and he explained everything about the bootcamp, and I thought maybe this is what I need. And yeah, that's when I decided to join the Coder Academy.
Excellent. Very, very cool. And so you mentioned that was one of your misconceptions that you had around bootcamp, or that some people have around boot camps. Are there any other misconceptions or fears that you had with regards to doing the bootcamp before you started?
Yes, one of the fear I had actually was I wasn't good enough to join the bootcamp, but I could overcome that fear, and I was just telling myself, just give it a go and try it. Maybe you can do it. And yeah, but other than that, I didn't have any fear to starting the bootcamp, because I knew at the end of the day, it all depends on myself. If I want to learn something, I can learn something. And if I don't want, because since we started the bootcamp, I saw some people, they withdrawn the course and they just left. And a few of them, because they thought they never can make it. But I was reminding myself every day, just do one day at the time and you'll be fine. And that's happened, I guess.
Yeah, that's such good advice. And you're Nelly at the end now. You're in your second last week of the course. You've pretty much made it through, which is fantastic. And yeah, I think what you're saying is a really common fear, feeling that you're not good enough to do it. It's imposter syndrome, but also not really knowing what you're getting into with a boot camp, I think, before you've started. But I think at Coder Academy, we take people who haven't coded before, and yourself, you've had a little bit of coding experience a while ago, but some people join us who haven't coded before, and it's fantastic to see that journey that they go through from day one of the boot camp through to the end. And just, I think what you said about taking it one day at a time and keep going is really, really key to success in a boot camp.
Yep, exactly.
All right, let's see. So we've talked about studying remotely and about the things that led you to do the boot camp. Was there any particular subject or any area of interest that you have that now that you've been through the past 10 months of the boot camp and you know a bit more, is there anything in particular you want to pursue in the future?
I think I have gravitated through backend more than the front end, but still I like to know the front end, and I like to learn more about React and some other framework of React. But after the course, I will mainly focus on backend, especially with Node.js. And once I feel comfortable with Node.js and experience, I might start to learning C#. And yeah, on my own, but we'll see.
Yeah, is there any particular area you're interested in with C#? Is it like games programming or anything in particular?
I guess I like to start to see if I can learn and create a desktop application.
Ah, cool. Yeah.
And I never tried or having experience, but somehow since I start coding, I always had that kind of feeling. I like to create some kind of desktop application, you know. Yeah,
awesome. And that's the awesome thing about coding as well, right? Once you learn how to code, it's pretty easy to pick up another language. And even though you focused on web development, you can absolutely go and pick up C# and use it to make desktop apps or whatever you might want to pursue. It's really exciting, I think.
Yeah.
Is there any particular project that you've completed during your course that you're really proud of, or that you might like to tell us about?
Yeah, sure. Actually, our last assignment, our last project, it's really kind of, I think it's my favorite so far of all the project. Because I wish I would do the same thing throughout the course. Even the educator, they always told us, try to when you learn something, just try to create something, even if it's very simple, you know. And I guess if I would do that from the beginning, I would learn more than what I've learned so far. But in the last 3 weeks, whatever I learned, I try to apply that knowledge to our project. And I guess in last 3 weeks, I have learned more than one full term, you know, I did in the academy. Yeah, and
what is it that you've been building?
Actually, this is for the fictional security company, and the employees, when they get assigned or they have to go to the location for the security as a guard. If in the premises of in the location they are, if there is some kind of issue or problem, they can through this application create a ticket, and the ticket will the admin can view the ticket, and the admin can comment on the ticket, and the employee, they will have that kind of option to assign other employees to see if there is some kind of solution for their problem. And yeah, that's basically what it does. It's kind of an issue tracker for the security.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that sounds like a really interesting project to work on. And you've been doing that with some others in a group?
Yes, with 2 other students from my cohort. Yeah, and they're really nice people, and we're really enjoying and having fun so far.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. So as you're coming to the end of your course, next week is your last week of the course. What are you hoping to do next? What's next on your career journey?
One of the problem I have, because I'm at the moment in immigration detention center. I mean, I've been here since 2013, and I'm not sure when I would be able to go and live in the society. While I'm here, I have no option to work for like a paid work, but if there is some kind of job as a voluntary or as an internship, unpaid job, I can do that. I'm not sure if I get that opportunity, but other than that, if I get my visa and get out of here soon, hopefully, I would like to start a career as a developer, if it's possible.
Fantastic. And I think one of the things that I've heard is that you're so keen to learn and to keep learning. And I'm sure that whatever the future brings for you, you're going to take that into your future and continue to have a great deal of success as you have been over the past 10 months as well. Is there anything else you would like to add about your experience with Coder Academy and the bootcamp?
I had an absolutely amazing experience so far, and I just like to thank the Coder Academy and the staff who just could make this possible for me, because financially I wasn't really in a good position, but I was lucky, and Mr. Browner, he pursued that with others to see if there is a chance to give me some sort of scholarship or discount. And he made that happen. I mean, the Coder Academy made that happen for me, and I really appreciate that. And just, I have a suggestion I would like to say, because we had to do like 2 days of having a class, and on Wednesday each week we would to work on our own. I would like to recommend, if the Coder Academy could make that Wednesday to have a challenge day for the students to build something, I think that would be a huge help to the students, to have that kind of opportunity. If the Coder Academy provide that opportunity for them, like Wednesday, they just can, work on the challenges, and they would, I guess it would be a lot better for the students, because one of the things I like, if I know something, I like to help others, in the class. And some of the people I used to work, I could see they really struggling because they didn't practice on their own, and it was really hard for them to grasp the concept. And I guess if they have that kind of opportunity, it would push them to work harder and to learn a lot and more. That's only a...
Thank you for that. Thanks so much for your time today, Sam.
No worries. Thank you for inviting me, and I really appreciate for everything you've done so far for me.
All the best for the future.
Thank you. I hope you have a great day.
You too.
Bye.
See you later.